welcome to another edition of the Meeks Mountain Trail Alliance Race Series and Runner Profile Podcast as we highlight the City of Hurricane Crush Run, coming to you on Saturday, February the 4th, and the Hurricane 100K Trail Run and Relay on Saturday, September 9th, both of which are presented by our friends at the Dumont Tri-County YMCA and our title sponsor, the City of Hurricane and Mayor Scott Edwards, plus a host of local businesses that love their community and love our trails. On behalf of the Meeks Mountain Trail Alliance events team of Ashley, Brandon, Hager, Stewarts, Robert, and Vanessa, my name's Matt Young. We have a great interview lined up for you today with Kim Wood of the Dumont Tri-County YMCA, and I'll have the pleasure of introducing her in just a minute. But first, man, we have this amazing community event coming up. It is the Hurricane Crush Run on Saturday, February the 4th, on the beautiful but tough Meeks Mountain Trails. It's a 10-mile trail run, a 5K trail run, and a 1-mile kids fun run. And check out all this stuff that we have to give away for all of the runners that show up. We have Crush Run buffs. We have totes. We have finishers awards, which are double-walled stainless steel tumblers. Overall awards from Golly River Pottery, handcrafted awards, age group awards from Bearwoods. We have great swag from sponsors, hot and ready pizza from Little Caesars at the finish line, Dunkin' Donuts, Dunkin' Coffee, Dunkin' Hot Chocolate, bonfires, happy meals for the kids, s'mores, the best volunteers you'll ever find and the finest people on the planet to come out and run with and spend the morning with. So head over to meeksmountaintrails.org to get signed up, or you can just Google the Hurricane Crush Run. Don't miss it. Great way to come out of your hibernation and have a great time with us on Saturday, February the 4th. So without further delay, I'm going to introduce to you Kim Wood, Executive Board Member of the Dumont Tri-County YMCA. So professionally, Kim is the CEO of American Benefits Corporation, a third-party administrator for health and pension funds that is about to celebrate its 75th year in operation, all here in West Virginia. That's quite a legacy. Kim is a lifelong resident of West Virginia. Yes, a resident of Putnam County. And she's been married to Craig for 22 years. She is the proud mama of Austin, Ethan, and Brooke, all of which are Hurricane High School grads. I met Kim originally when Craig and Ethan were runners in my Genesis running class. I see her pounding the pavement on Tays Valley Road on a very regular basis. She's always active. She's always out there doing it. And so Kim, we are so glad to have you here. How are you doing?
Thanks, Matt, for having me. I'm doing great. I'm very, very happy to be here and be able to talk about the partnership with the Trail Alliance and with the Dumont County YMCA. So just looking forward to it.
Let's do it. So we're going to talk about, the title of this is Why the Why. And we're going to say why the partnership between the Y and the Meeks Mountain Trail Alliance is so good. We're going to talk about things that people don't really know and understand about the Y anymore and how it's evolved over the years, and then how we're working together and the good things that have come from that. But first, I have a lightning round for you to get you warmed up, okay?
Okay, all right. Good.
So this is a series of either ors, and this is really kind of a test to see if you and I can be friends, okay? Now I would say we're already friends. The question is, what level is that friendship able to go? All right, what's the potential? We can, I don't know. It depends on how many of these you get right.
All right.
And so that is part of my personality. There's not supposed to be a right or wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, there's a right or wrong. And I'll tell you at the end how many you get right. Okay.
All right. I'm ready.
For this?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. All right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Cat or dog?
That's a tough one. I have both. Do I have to pick?
Yeah. You got to make a decision, Kim. You can do this.
Dog.
Cabin or cruise?
Oh, cabin.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Drama or comedy?
Comedy.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
City or country?
Definitely country.
Cake or pie?
Cake. It's really that answer. That right answer is icing. The cake just doesn't go along with it. It's really all about the icing.
Gotcha. Well, pie didn't come with icing, at least not very many of them. So
No.
not that I've seen. Good. Okay. Beach or lake?
That's a tough one. We'll go beach because I really like to run on the beach with the sunrise.
Gotcha. All right. Great answer. Contemporary or traditional?
Traditional all the way.
Concert or campfire?
Campfire. I'm short. I can't see anything in a concert. Does me no good.
Yeah, you can't tell, but Kim is vertically challenged. So
A little bit.
unless you get front row seats. So, and even then, who knows? And then you can't see above the stage. I know.
That's right.
I'm with you. Okay. All right. Finally, last one. Jay-Z or Sinatra?
Sinatra.
Kim. We have tremendous potential here. I just want you to know. You only missed one.
Which one?
That's it. I'm not allowed to tell you.
You're a Jay-Z fan.
Look at me. Kim. No, you missed one, and it's pretty obvious. I've done this a few times, and it's summer or winter. And summer is a very good choice. You know, even the sunrise or sunset, man, I love them both, but I'm a morning person too. So, but I can't give you all the answers because I'll probably do this again, and it gives it away.
Right.
You know.
All right.
But I'm just gonna you only missed one.
I'm just gonna accuse you of being a Jay-Z fan. That's okay. You can own it, man. It's
Sinatra. I'll give you my top 10. I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you what Jay-Z does. I'm not kidding. I can't even tell you. And he's probably like a has-been, but he's about the only one in that genre I really know. So I'm ridiculous. You know, don't ask me anything pop culture. I know nothing. So
you're not gonna be my Trivial Pursuit partner, huh?
No. Well, it depends on how far back you go. I was a history and philosophy major in college, so I've got a lot of useless stuff. Just don't ask me for pop, okay? Don't ask me for like contemporary stuff. That's all
right. Now I know.
Okay?
Now I know when to call you.
You got it. You got it. All right. So let's talk about why the why, but let's a little bit about the trails. I'd like to kind of ask you. You know, the Meeks Mountain Trails have been around for. It's going on really. It's about 4.5 years since we started building the trails. But when were you first introduced to the trails? How do you use them? Tell us about your experience.
Well, it's hard to believe it's been that long. We're very fortunate. We've got a really close family, a family we're close with, that was involved early on in the trail builds, even before it became usable. They started from the beginning. So we knew of it. We also heard about it in the community. It had that energy early on. People were talking about it. Look what's happening. Look, have you heard what we've heard? And there was that undercurrent of positivity happening early on. And then when the trails opened up and we could use them, it became something that we've done not as regularly as I would like to, but I've been out and run on them. We've hiked on them. We've been down and just checked on progress and all the excitement that's going on. We were there for one of the races to help cheer the competitors on. We just walked down and participated in it from that perspective. I haven't run a race yet. The way you talked about the upcoming one in February, maybe it'll be my first.
I think it should be. Why wouldn't it be? You know, I mean, you can do it.
Might do it. It's been tempting. So we've been very excited about the trails too. We talk about them whenever I hear somebody else, a bike rider, a runner. Hey, have you checked out the trails? Is that someplace you've run? So we continue to try to spread that message throughout the community and the surrounding communities, so people will come in and use them. We think they're a great thing. From the very beginning.
Well, so I think it's okay to mention that this family that you speak of, I'm assuming that's the Linville family and Lindy, because if you tell people that know the trails that you're friends with Lindy, you get instant credibility and popularity. The dude is wildly popular. He's got a trail named for him.
Yes.
He rocks that mohawk like none other. So Lindy is a very popular kid out there, and his entire family is. But I say kid, he's not a kid anymore, but he's a fine young man. He's growing into that. But he was, when he first started working on the trails, he had to get a ride there because he couldn't drive yet. So Brandon stopped to pick him up. Angela was telling me that story this week, as a matter of fact, and I think it's pretty funny. So good friends with the Limble family, and that gives you, for those that don't know you already, gives you instant credibility. I want you to know
that, and they should. Great family, absolutely. And you're right. We had the opportunity to eat dinner with Andrew one evening too over Christmas, and he's still rocking the mohawk. So it was good.
He's still rocking. That's right. Yeah. So I've got the reverse mohawk, but that's okay. So anyways, so tell us just in general, I mean, what are your favorite things to do to stay active? I mean, you're a health and fitness advocate. So personally, what do you like to do?
I love to move. I love to run. That's my first, and it didn't happen until my mid-30s, which gets further and further away. But that's really when I started. And it was literally just trying to get to the end of the street. And then I wanted to go a little farther, and I wanted to go a little faster. And it made me feel better mentally and physically. So that's what I love to do, is run when I can, move as often as possible. I'll tell you a secret though. 2023 is my 50th birthday year. This is a big one. And my hometown, Richwood, and that connects with a lot of people too. I'm a Richwood girl.
Yes.
We have a triathlon.
Yes.
Mountain triathlon.
Yes. I've done it.
Yeah. This is my year.
You're doing it.
I'm doing it this year.
Oh man.
I'm gonna make it happen. Now that I've said it publicly, I have to do it. But yes, it was. I am seen on Tays Valley Road periodically, relatively regularly running. But now I also am showing up at the Y at the pool to swim regularly.
Okay, so the Y, I mean the pool. I got cut my teeth doing triathlons and this stuff more than 20 years ago. And when people ask, I always ask, are you swimming? Because that's the one event that you can die in. So you better start swimming.
Yeah.
How good of a swimmer are you?
I'm not trained in it. I swam a mile last week, and I didn't die.
That's great.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I'm scared of the bike. I need to get some confidence on the bike. That's
okay.
Those hills going up to the visitor center are no joke, but
you can be scared of it, but it's not going to kill you. You're not going to drown on the bike. So just make sure that you can swim. Have you been in Summit Lake as a lifelong, or as a grown up in Richwood? Have you been in that? It's freaking cold.
I have never been in it. I've been to it a million times, but but I've swam in the river. I swam in the river growing. Our pool is river water. So I'm used to the temperature.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll be good. I'm getting super excited about it. But I think it's important, even if it's a day that my muscles don't feel good, I'm a little bit tired, getting outside, getting some oxygen, some vitamin D, moving, I think is just key.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, you do have that out there. I commend you for putting that big goal out there, and for 50, which is a big number, which nobody's going to believe that anyways, but I believe you because I know you're credible. So, let's talk about the Y. It's the Y in most communities is an institution. It's been there for years, and we think of them as a gym, and the trails are new. Why this partnership, and why were you all interested? And we definitely were from the Meeks Mountain Trail Alliance, but what was it about, the idea of partnering together that was so good and so interesting to you all?
A couple of things. The Y has been there for many, many years, and we've got a building, we've got the camp. A lot of people think about what we do inside those four walls, but really the mission of the Y is to build community, and it has to expand beyond those walls. We can help people with our programs, with our financial assistance that we have for those programs for people in need too. But to grow, you really got to have those partnerships. And that's where this started, hearing about what the Trail Alliance is doing, how you're growing your community within your builders and your board and your committees, and helping that grow out into the community is the same thing we're trying to do. So to partner together seemed just like a no-brainer. If we can put more numbers and people and effort behind it, how much further that can help in the community and grow it.
It's interesting when when it first came up, and Brandon Dorner, our president and chief of everything up there and trail builder and all, he came and he read the mission statement of the YMCA, and then our mission statement, and the two are just like, we've got, it's very simple. We say a lot of times, building trails, building communities, and building people, or building community. And you've mentioned that, building community, and that's really in this area, we have a pretty tight knit community. It's a strong community, and to do this together and to strengthen that is the mission for both. One of we think of as indoors, but you're not, and then one of outdoors. So it really is it's a good mix of two missions.
I did the same thing when we talked to our board in the beginning to say why we felt like this was so important. I did exactly what you said Brandon did, read the two mission statements, and it's amazing how much they align. Really just growing and building community through wellness and focus on the individuals, whether it be mind, body, or spirit, really all three things. And that's the focus of the why. And it's really what you all are doing too through the trails.
It is. It's amazing too. We hear stories all the time, people that are, come and say, hey, I've been using the trails, and I just want to tell you how much it means to me. And most of the time, it's not just, that I lost weight, although we do hear those, but there's some healing that goes on. It's physically, it's spiritually, it's mentally, it's, overcoming hard things in life just by, being out, being active, and the good things that come from that. And so much of it, though, is, for one, it's time on your own, which is great. And then time with other good people, just being outdoors. Good things come from that. So, most people do think of the Y as a gym, but it's not a gym. I mean, talk to us about some of the services that you have that are outside those walls, which you kind of alluded to earlier.
Sure. When you drive up to the building, you see two things, I think, that immediately get your attention. You see the equipment in the window to the right, all the exercise and fitness equipment there, and you recognize the pool. And a lot of people think of the Y being those two things, and that's exactly what's front and center. But what's behind that are the rec and adult youth and adult rec league programs that we have that take place there in the Y or over at Camp High Tour. And we'd love to get some of those going out on the trails too, and get them outside there. We've got pickleball, one of the new things we've done. We've got the basketball gym inside. We have other cardio and fitness programs. We've got our after school program. We've got our preschool program. We have Camp High Tour for our summer camp programs for our kids over there that influence and impact a lot of kids and families in our community too. And some people think that, it's not available to our family, it's out of our price range, or we don't have the means to be able to do it. But we also have financial programs where we can offer scholarships to kids or families to be able to take advantage of any of those too. And that's one way we've been able to perform outreach within the community as well, and be able to positively impact those communities and provide that space and means for their kids and for their families. We do trunk or treat with the kids. It's open to the community. We do a kids health and safety day, a lot of things focused around those children. We have daycare within the gym for family if they need to come, and they meet the criteria to be able to leave a child or a toddler there in our child care facility while they go exercise, so we can help families out with that as necessary. We're also that facility for a lot of the high school Putnam County swim teams. So we're that space where we let them use our facility and be able to come in and train and have their meets. So again, we're trying to support all of those events and people. About 5,000 residents are members of the Y, and we'd love to see it grow. Not all those are using it, and they're supporting us in our mission that way through their dollars that they give every month to the Y, and we definitely appreciate and need and use that to help other families and put it back in the community. But the Trail Alliance is one way that we want to start doing even more than that, giving back to the community, helping the people that are helping us do more and give them opportunities for that. So we'd love to grow. We want to help the Trail Alliance grow. For anyone that's listening that's been in the Y and seen the information on the trails, we're trying to promote it that way there. And I think it's a perfect fit. We're going to see our numbers bump up in the winter when it's cold. But what a great way to spend a pretty winter day out on the trail and have a chance to get outside and get some sunshine that way too. So
awesome. Well said. So there's 5,000 residents that are members, but I mean, do you have an idea like how many people do you actually serve that aren't members? I mean, it's got to be a lot between all those programs you mentioned, because you got everything from, basically from infants all the way to running silver sneaker type stuff at the Y too, right?
that's right. Absolutely. We've got a very strong Silver Sneakers program. We call them our greeters sometimes if we're coming in during the day, and they're hanging out. And what a community we have there. And we absolutely love that and are so pleased that group of individuals sees our building and our place as a way to gather and support their community. We have some of them come in, and I don't know the number to answer your question directly, though, how many aren't members, because we'll have a family come in and want to participate in the flag football. Maybe they're testing it out to see what their kid likes. They come in, pay the program fee, and they go, we want to join. Or they'll join and test it out for the month, see what they want to do, and have the reduced fee on the program and see what it does. And then it grows and they want to stay. That's how we got involved initially when we moved into Putnam County. We had Austin at the time, and we wanted to be able to give him a pool. We wanted to let him go over and swim and have that experience and get the swim lessons. We offer swim lessons through the Y too. So it's a lot of opportunities for the families, but usually it grows into that membership.
I'd be shocked if, because my son he's played in the flag football league at Camp High Tour. And I know you don't have to be members. So if you have 5,000 members, I'm going to imagine you're probably touching at least 15 to 20,000 people every year outside through all the programs that you do too. And even if, the trunk or treat. So having that reach is a wonderful thing in the service that you provide for the community too. So, and then really we've kind of talked about, as well as, we've got 28 miles of trails up on those hills now. And we have trees, we have plants, flowers, we have all this wildlife. I mean, to run it and to be an outdoor classroom for the Y is really something that we would like to work towards, because there's all kinds of good outdoor education that could take place. And our trails are really perfect for that. Not only that, but learning how to maintain and sustain the trails. And what does it take? It's not as easy as just build them once and that's it. There's work that goes into that. And anybody who's been up there knows and sees it too. So it's a great way to educate. And so it's like to really get out and do some real work for people too. So we're excited for that as well.
They're growing up in Ridgewood and being that close to the National Forest too. We had a lot of opportunities. We would go out in the woods, identify birds, listen to the stream, safety, leaves, identifying trees, identifying flowers. All those things stick with you. They mean something. And not everybody has an opportunity to learn those things or partner, listen and learn from someone that has the experience that can share that. And that makes a difference in a kid's life. Those are the things that they take forever, and knowledge and information and experiences that you can't take away. And I think that having a more urban setting than Nicholas County, really, here in the Hurricane area, what an opportunity to be able to give that to some of the kids that live in the Hurricane and Putnam County area. Yeah,
absolutely. So you all have some big things planned, some big changes. What are some things that, and I don't want to overstate that, but just tell us like some things coming up in the future that the people can look to for the Y to see, in the community, what can they expect, coming up in the years ahead?
Absolutely. And we're starting to really brainstorm and move more in that direction. Listeners may have noticed the different name used to just be the Tri-County YMCA, but we were very blessed with a donation from the estate of Edgar and Betty Dumont, and that has changed the trajectory for the Y and give us an opportunity to make changes internally. And again, like I said, our focus is to give back externally as well, to share that share that funding from the Dumonts with the community. We think that that's what they would have wanted as well. So with that being said, we've already made some changes that people have seen, new equipment, upgrades to the facilities. We were able to purchase the land at the foot of the hill where the Y comes in. We're going to erect a sign. You're going to be able to see us a little bit more. You'd be surprised how many times we get stories that say, we didn't know there was a Y in Putnam County, or we knew there was one, but we didn't know where it was. So we're trying to make ourselves more visible to expand our footprint of our impact on the community too. That gives us land to be able to expand for more teams, more programs outside. We're looking at how we can reconfigure our internal space to maybe make changes for newer additional programs or functionality. So we're looking to change within the four walls, externally outside of the four walls with new programs and partnerships like with the Trail Alliance to help others that are doing the same thing.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I will tell you from our standpoint, the Mixed Mountain Trail Alliance and our events, we are so grateful for this partnership. And for a few reasons. One is, you've got a great membership, and we'd like to think that everybody knows about Mixed Mountain Trails now, and a lot of people do, but we still know that there are people that we want to reach and get them over to the trails and introduce them to the good things that happen when you're outdoors and when you're on those trails, and just getting out there and using them and loving them like we do. So the messaging is great for all the people that you touch and all the people that you reach, to make them also our customers and our constituents as well. In addition to the sponsorship and financial support is so great, because we can make this a community event. We can keep our costs low, but make the benefits high. I mean, everything takes money to do. And if we charge as much as what it actually costs us to put these races on, it would be too much for people. So we are able to, through all of the sponsorships that we have, be able to keep the costs at a great price and give tremendous benefit to everybody that comes out. I think when they do sign up for our races, they're going to see they're getting a lot that comes from this. And then it helps us to keep money in so that we can build and maintain and sustain these trails. Brandon always says, and building trails is tough work. I mean, you were talking, there's not machines and equipments. The machines are our people that are doing this and moving a ton of dirt all the time and 28 miles of these trails. But the real trick is going to be maintaining these over the years. And so every time there's a storm, there's trees that go down. There's stuff to go out there and get. And we got a great build team and maintenance team. Definitely some retired guys that, as soon as it's out there, I mean, it's almost like a race. Like, you can't get out there. If you're not out there within 12 hours, you're not getting it. You're not the one that gets to clean it up. So it's really cool how that has happened too. But all of that, building new things requires financial support. It requires users. We want people out there doing it. So grateful for the why and for the partnership, and knowing and understanding that and come alongside us has been great.
Well, we have to do the same thing too. If you set the Y up beside just a box store 24/7 fitness center that's charging $10 a month, it's not apples to apples. They're not giving back to the community. They're not really present in the community. They're a box that's right there. We're trying to make sure to create these partnerships to help other community members in financial need be able to take care of these programs, to be able to offer that safe space for after school care or preschool programs. And yet that's what you said, we're so much more than just that building. And you guys have done it with the kids too. I've seen your social media posts, the kids that have come along, the skills that they're learning, that teamwork, and just that outside life skill education that you're getting are the same things we're trying to do at camp. That's what Angel does with them in her camp programs that she's giving there. Community, teamwork, life skills outside. It's just amazing how much they do parallel each other. And we want to complement that and help you guys too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I know that you've got a great team come over to volunteer at the Crush Run too, and we're thankful for that. It takes 30 or 40 volunteers to pull these races off. We're expecting, we'd love to see a couple hundred people out there doing this race. And I'm one of those. I say winter, summer. I like summer just fine, but I love winter, and I've had a new appreciation for it over the past several years. For one, as a runner, I can get dressed warm and be just fine in the summer. When it's hot and it's humid, I mean, there is nothing you can do about it. So the winter part of it is great, and it's so quiet, and it's such a time of rest. And so, even for us, but to take winter is really is a time of rest and recuperation, rejuvenation, when things should slow down. But we tend to hibernate. And so part of the idea for the crush run is, after you've been inside for a couple months, let's get out and let's see each other, and let's, see our community and do good things and smile and laugh. And then after you're cold for a while, you go back inside, and don't you appreciate your warmth and your home even that much more? And so good things happen from all of that. But, I just want to encourage people to get out in the winter and give it a shot. Good things happen when you
Absolutely.
do.
There's never been a morning run that I've had where I thought that it went badly and I regretted it. It's usually an out loud spoken comment of, boy, what a great way to start the day.
Yeah.
It really is.
We say all the time in our classes, you'll never finish a run and say, man, I wish I hadn't done that.
That's right.
You'll always be glad for it.
That's right.
This has been great. I appreciate your time. Anything else that you want to add or throw into this that you want our millions of fans and followers and listeners to know about out there?
I want to encourage everybody to check it out. Come over, watch. If they don't want to participate, at least be there in the morning, see the excitement and get that energy. Go run it if they've got any desire to do it. And while they're doing that, learn. There's going to be people from the Y there to have information on all the different programs that we have. Stop by, pick up a flyer, ask some questions, see what it takes to get involved, and check out the Y and the trails. Encourage everybody to do it.
Why the Y? All kinds of good reasons to be out there, to be at the Y, to be on the trails. We're working on this together. Super excited about this partnership that we have for the years to come. The year to come, it is brand new. We've got the Crush Run coming up. We've got the Hurricane 100K in September. Now's the time to be training for that. We have Kim's triathlon in July. All kinds of great things, and we're excited about it. So, Kim, on behalf of the Meeks Mountain Trail Alliance and our events team, I want to say thank you. To the YMCA, we want to say thank you for your partnership and your support, and for all of our millions of followers, listeners, and watchers out there. On behalf of the Meeks Mountain Trail Alliance, team, Ashley, Brandon, Hager, Stewarts, Robert, and Vanessa, we'll see you out there.
Thanks.